One Massachusetts town is taking steps to keep commercial marijuana dispensaries and shops out. Westborough voters overwhelmingly passed a ballot question Tuesday banning the companies, a move which is getting a lot of attention across the state. Our Andy Mattison has more.
Recreational marijuana dispensaries are still at least a year away from coming to Massachusetts. But in Westborough, the town is taking steps to keep them out.
The Board of Selectmen were really looking at following through with that, even though it was passed on a statewide basis, following through with the opt-out since the community had voted against it at the November election as well.
Last fall, Westborough voters rejected the ballot question making recreational marijuana legal in Massachusetts. So town officials looked at the law and found an option allowing them to prohibit marijuana companies by putting it to another vote. After Tuesday's results, 2 more votes are scheduled, and towns like Sturbridge are interested in following Westborough's lead.
They've actually asked us for copies of both our ballot question and our town meeting warrant article, so have several other towns. So we've been farming what we've done out to other communities.
Westborough isn't the only town which has looked at the marijuana issue. Dudley reminded its town employees, regardless of the new state law, they weren't allowed to show up to work under the influence of marijuana.
Tied into the number of retail.
Town Administrator Greg Baluconis says they've also formed a marijuana committee to take a closer look at the issue.
I think the town's position is wait and see. So what we want to do is if there are regulations that to be adopted, we will make recommendations to the Board of Selectmen, and those will be considered at our town meeting.
Malloy says the move to ban marijuana businesses from Westborough hasn't been met with any opposition. And yesterday, more than 80% of voters were in favor of keeping pot shops out of Westborough.
This is a way for cities and towns to take some local control back, especially in a town like ours that voted no to commercial marijuana sales in the first place.
Malloy says there are about 5 to 6 towns that have reached out to Westborough about the ballot question. Sturbridge is the only one he would name for us when we interviewed him. Now, the town meeting vote will take place on Saturday, March 18th. It is 2 different votes, one from the town and one about a zoning issue. But Brittany, it looks like Westborough is still taking those steps toward possibly opting out of having marijuana companies come to the city.
Great. Well,